As I was preparing to release my collection of modern fairy tales, When Magic Calls, a fellow author and friend asked me how I planned on signing them because she had been wondering the same thing for her books, and I realized I didn't know. So I did a bit of research for me and for you and came up with this video. Today I want to talk about how to make your book signatures exciting. What I realized when I was doing my research is you should figure out how you want to sign your book before someone asks you, so you don't draw a complete blank and freak out. Also, there are 3 main options to how authors sign books, and you might need to have a version of each. When you find yourself in different situations, different types of signatures might be appropriate. This is Ignited Ink Writing, a channel dedicated to helping authors like you transform your writing so it lingers with your readers, because writing that lingers gets remembered and recommended to others. I'm Caitlin Burvey, editor and writer. Let's start with what to write when signing a book. When signing your books, you get to show off a bit of your personality and give your readers something special they can hold on to. So you do want to put at least a little bit of effort into it. There are 3 main ways authors sign books. There's the minimalist approach, there's the one that stays on brand or on theme, and then there's the personal note. If you anticipate signing a lot of books or books for people you don't know, the minimalist approach might be the best choice for you. Here's what that looks like. You could simply write to fan's name, then provide your signature like Kevin Hearn did. If you have an elaborate signature like Johnny Worthen, the minimalist approach will make that signature stand out. You can also doodle next to your signature if you like to provide quick sketches for people. This is a quick and easy method of signing your books and a good fallback. In addition to the reader's name and your signature, you might add the date or the place where it was signed to help your reader remember that special day. This method is popular among best-selling authors, again because they have to sign a lot of books for people they don't really have a personal connection with. Now, if you're like me, you might enjoy getting a little bit more than that when you get a book signed and want to provide a little bit more for your readers. In that case, the staying on brand or theme approach might work better for you. Here's what that looks like. Andrea Watkins signed my copy of To Live Forever, An Afterlife Journey of Meriwether Lewis by saying, "Enjoy this adventure." That line works because her book is about an adventurer and features an adventure. M.H. Borison wrote for Caitlin with magic better than any drug when he signed my copy of The Girl with Ghost Eyes. That book is about magic and its effects on those who wield it, so the line really works. A Star Wars author might write, "May the Force be with you." This is why I recommend thinking about your signature before you need it. If you have to come up with something like this, it's going to be a lot smoother and easier if you think about it ahead of time instead of in the moment when someone needs it and asks for it. So when I was thinking about my signature, I decided to sign my book When Magic Calls with "May your tale be filled with magic," because my book is a collection of modern fairy tale retellings showcasing what magic would look like in the modern day. So I wanted that tie-in in my signature. So take a moment to think about your book. Is there a phrase your characters say a lot? Is there a saying in your world? Or some other line that you can pull and use in your signature? Now, there is a 3rd type of signature that's for people you know personally, and that's the personal note. It looks a little something like this. These are 2 personal notes I received. One is from an author that I met at a writer's conference. We had a weird combination about our publishing dreams and religion. So Brandy Vallis wrote, "Dream big. God makes the impossible possible. Happy reading." So that's not super personal, but it's not something she would write on every book she signed. So it's kind of in between the personal and the staying on brand. It's also a great example of how a personal note doesn't have to be super long. If you do want to write more, however, you can. Aaron Michael Ritchie's message on my copy of The Never Prayer is, yes, this might be a good introduction to my messed up mind, but I hope you enjoy. Good luck on your literary journey. Then, below that, he wrote, let us be the angels. So the first part is written in ballpoint pen. That's the personal message to me. The second part, written in Sharpie, is his signature and that little note that he writes on everyone's book. Because his book is about angels on earth and teens faced with good and evil manipulating their emotions. Now, you might get even more personal if you're signing your book for a family member or a friend who you have a history with. Just remember, though, you have limited space. You already wrote a novel. You don't need to write another one. Now that you know what to write, let's talk about where to sign a book. There are really two places I found that most authors sign books. By far, most use the title page. If an author needs more space than that, then they often use the dedication page. Out of all my signed books, most of them were on those two pages, especially the traditionally published books. The title page is the conventional place to sign, especially if you're going minimalist, because it fills the page a little bit more when you sign it big, and you don't feel the need to fill it with more words. Some situations when you might not want to do that are, again, you need more space, so you use the dedication page, or if it's an anthology with different authors. My MFA program released a literary fiction magazine, so I had everyone sign their story as a sort of yearbook type situation. If you are featured in an anthology, you might sign on your story's page instead of on the title page. Or there might be a blank page at the beginning where everyone's signature will fit, so you choose to sign it there. So that's what and where to sign your books. Next, I want to share an editor's tips for book signings. If you have a signing planned, make sure you think about the location at that space you'll be signing your books ahead of time. You're going to need a table and chair. You also want something that's covered if it's outside in case you have a freak rainstorm. And if you're inside in a bookstore or a library, you don't want to be sitting in the way of the main traffic path. You want to be near there so people find you, but not literally in the way. Then make sure you have plenty of pens in case your go-to isn't working. You want to pick pens that are easy to read, but not so wet that they're going to bleed through multiple pages. So fresh new Sharpies might not be the best choice. You might need to use them a little bit first. And no bright ink like lime green. That's going to fade super fast, and your fans will be disappointed when it does. I keep a box of books in the back of my car with pens ready to go. If you're signing at an event where you don't personally know your readers, have a set of sticky notes and an extra pen ready to go so your fans can write their name down for you, print it out so you don't have to figure out how to spell it. And if you have a line, then you can pass those sticky notes down the line so that by the time a reader reaches you, they're ready to go for your signature. Also, these people came here just to see and meet you. So spend a moment, have a small conversation with each person who comes up to you as you're signing your books. Ask them what they liked best. Ask them something related to your book. Just a couple back and forth exchanges can make that signing memorable and special for them. They've taken the time to buy and read your book, so you can give them a moment of your time in exchange for that. Those are some tips for signing your books and the events. How do you think you'll sign your books? Share it in the comments below. And for more videos on connecting with your readers and improving your writing skills, subscribe to Ignited Ink Writing, a channel dedicated to helping authors like you transform your writing so it lingers with readers, because writing that lingers gets remembered and recommended to others. I'm Caitlin Burvey, editor and writer. To find out more about me, go to www.ignitedinkwriting.com. There you will also find a revision checklist. This will help you get your book ready for that book signing. If you want to offer signed books from your website, check out my website, caitlinburvey.com/books. If you go there, you'll see how I ask readers what they want signed there. There's a spot to ask, do you want it signed? They click yes or no. And then there's a form where they can put their name or the name of the recipient they're gifting my book to. On those books, I do write my tagline, "May your tale be filled with magic." And now it's your turn to decide if you're going to go minimalist, stay on brand, or write a personal note to your readers in your author's signature to ignite your ink.